Here we go, everyone. Rock and roll. And if the feed, anything happens, just let me know if it's glitchy or what have you. So the title of this is, yeah, I guess where we're at now, December 21, 22, and of 2020 and going forward. So, hey, so I'll wait for a couple moments and as a few more gets in. Hi, Linda, and we'll see. Anyone, let me know if this is glitchy or what have you. I believe we got a good connection, and anyone coming in, please energize the connection this live so we keep it up and flowing great. Thank you. With that, hello everyone, Tanya, Tina, cool, and Sana. Woo! Oh, Colleen. Linda again. Great. So, were we working pretty good, everyone? Coming in pretty good? Hey, Cindy, Matthew, Dirk, Levanita, Sancy, Jim. Great. Michelle. So, I'll begin. I'll begin rambling. Hey, Thomas, sweet. Oh, great. Sweet to be here. Good, Jim. Thank you. Awesome. Excellent. Okay, so we'll begin. You know, first, before I begin and look at what's transpiring now, I just want to go back a little bit and just to let anyone new know a little bit about who I am, my mission here, and our mission here, all of humanity too. So, going back and having said this, I am a divine creator connected straight to prime creator. And most of the information that I purvey is uh, in conjunction with my, let's say, talks with Father, but we also have a divine council which is made up out of 12 to 13 of us that are upon the surface as well. And of course, I am connected to the overall galactic command, I would like to say. So, having said this, around 2010, 2011, I was awakened in this body, so we all know what occurred, like with the awakening. But what actually occurred is I brought down my divine self into this physical vessel. And during that time, I underwent about 6 months of getting the physical vessel in shape. Biologically, organically, and preparing it for the crystalline process and everything else. So, but prior to that, I was still Rick, like I am now. However, it's just that we brought down our higher self and we awakened to who we really are, and discovered that we've been planted here at this most glorious, auspicious time to assist with taking humanity forward in with the overall planetary ascension. So, having said that, there's many of you that are on the front lines. Some of you out there yet that ones do not know of your perfect creations to align with this ascension. And of course, there's others that are out there that many of you see, and including I. And one of the biggest things with this is that we cannot be killed, we cannot be taken out. The darkness is, let's say, fourth dimensional, while we are multi and all dimensional right back to creator. So therefore, this is also one of the reasons why the ascension is ascertained, and why everything is revealed, what the darkness was doing to the humanity as a whole. And it's also, um, let me just go back a little bit. I got a little bit off track. So what I wish to say is the darkness has no power, and we are truly immortal in doing our job here. And also with this ascension, many of you are getting your light bodies, your Merkabas activated higher and higher, uh, to be able to take the physical vessels into the other higher dimensions. So it is ascertained. We are here to do a job. It's very real. Many of you have instantly, for example, reversed the aging process, something that ones would call magic or impossible. But with us, everything is possible because we are connected to all that is, and we are all that is. You can put it this way. So I am the I am, and that's such an important thing for everyone to know that, indeed, this is no joke. It's very real. We're doing it. You've seen your confirmations through time. Constantly, you are seeing them every day. And, as we get close to this amazing timeline shift that we're actually in it now, between now and the 21st of December, more miracles occurring. The signs are in the skies. The signs are everywhere. The signs are in you. The signs are in me, and through all creation. So instead of blabbing and rambling on about that, I'll get right to the point, huh? My hair looking okay? Yeah, it's okay. Uh, in the blink of an eye, we can change that anyway when we're divinely allowed. Um, okay, so so what we've been looking like, things have been exponentially happening divinely, and everything going forward very quickly with the overall divine plan. And let's quickly look at what is occurring again with Trump in the U.S. And this is part of all of a big plan to awaken humanity to the actual worldwide corruption that was out there. And many of you that are watching this already know, but there are new ones, just getting informed of what has been transpiring. And the revelations for all, and the blatancy is that your governments, your elite, they were all dark and had a different agenda in mind at keeping humanity controlled and suppressed. And we are the light, and we are upon the surface in physical vessels. We also have interdimensional assistance, what some of you refer to as the galactics, and also we have our divine assistance. So we got all bases covered, and the thing is to reveal the darkness to the rest of humanity that are ascending forward, and this is done through the revelation period of showing everyone, the illusion, what was actually there. So it is a process, and we are going through it, but very rapidly. This current corona thing, as I mentioned before, is it's a very powerful divine uh, orchestration and event in itself that's allowed to occur, and it's actually ingenious, and to what it does, at awakening humanity. Like the latest I put out last night, they got a perhaps on one Chinese airline wear diapers, so they got everyone wearing masks, and saying about your dog and your cat carries the corona, and all of these ridiculous things. But they're put there, so humanity and the public blatantly sees it and has enough and understands how ridiculous it is. The governments and the ones that are putting in uh, laws and restrictions upon them. So, we are breaking through all of that. The World Freedom Alliance and is gathering momentum, and some of the last numbers, I believe there's around, perhaps this is my own thoughts, but more than that, perhaps more divine information. We have around 2 billion that are awakened to a substantial degree upon the planet. And this is, if it's 18% of the population or more at this time, that is substantial of the global population. And again, when you look at the governments and the elitists and what they were, around perhaps 1% or less, and you have 20% awakened people upon the planet. We are going full steam ahead. We're in high gear and things are happening rapidly. So, having said this, what all of you need to do is to keep on your higher vibratory timeline. Many of you are assisting ones out of the illusion as they awaken and to know what is coming. And it's important not to be distracted by lower timeline drama and these sort of things. Those of you that are the teachers and the leaders are to maintain that, but also keep yourself out there more in creating the timeline where we're going, with empowering the people with all of the tools that they need. And the tools is the education and the awareness that them themselves, each individual, has their own power, and that there is no government or anyone else that has power over any of them. So as they become to realize that they do have God-given rights, well, keep them informed, and we keep going forward. Um, so at this point, again, as I say, it's important that ones become aware and educated of their choice, what they have now, and what will be more widely distributed in the coming days. Their choice about supporting a new people's monetary system, the new divine law, the simplicity of the new is here at hand, and all it takes is the support um, from the individuals, the public as they awaken. So, over here we have us going forward, huge. I'll go like this, creating this timeline, and then you have this small part of the governments and all of this that they are transitioning out of. So as they keep awakened, the government support all around the world and the monetary supply that's imploding to go poof to nothing as we get up here, all of the ones supporting the new people monetary system and the freedom for humanity. So, any of you, heads that are, let's say, heads that are speaking to the people that have, um, audiences that you are purveying information to, any of you, if there's still demonstrations ongoing, it's important to get and include this choice about what we are creating here to get that information out on the street to the large audiences and by word of mouth, of course. It's been seeded on the internet, and however, because of censoring by the darkness and the remnants of the darkness is what I say, but playing the game We just override that. So you go word of mouth, and even if we have to, you can just print off the simple choice on one piece of paper and just do handouts. But everything is happening exponentially fast that I fully believe it won't get to that. So leading up to the 21st, it is indeed very important, and um, so many signs in the sky. And so on the 21st and 22nd, what I'd given before, uh, what I'd received, it was at that point that enough upon the planet would be awakened, but also in their solar plexus, they'd be in control of their self, knowing that they had the power. So, but what I'm seeing right now, which I'm so happy about, is that it's already here now. Enough is here. So, what I'm saying is that we went beyond uh, earlier what had been given. So it is happening, even though you may see a lot of ones out there that are not awake. You're only dipping sometimes into an aspect of the lower timeline. And, you know, if you see a few when you're out in your travels that might not look like they're awake, very quickly overnight they can be awakened. You have this substantial couple billion, and it keeps getting bigger every day. So, very rapidly and exponentially, things are occurring as more and more of the truth gets out. So we do have two timelines playing out, and we do have them. How will I do this? We got two playing out, and both of them do come together around the 21st, 22nd, and very quickly with these two timelines. It has to converge into one main one. Um, where there is a lot of transitioning from the unawakened ones to becoming awakened um, with this. And because of this time, it's important for all of you, even if there's a little bit of chaos and drama out there, to keep in your highest and know that this is what's occurring until they adjust to the new. But you need to be there to show them um, the hope, but the real hope. And that real hope is that they're already in place, a couple billion. We know what's going on. We know where we're taking everything. And, you know, by December 21st, that number could be 3 billion, could even be more. You know, things are happening so quick. But the thing is, we have enough right now. And we are doing that. Now, what I wish to see, there's been so many different sovereignty groups and um, different groups that have been seeding the timelines for the last decade here. And they've been seeding the timelines with information about the financial systems and, you know, how they're were devised to keep control over ones, but there are also sovereignty groups that have been putting out the divine law, the people's court, the law that is above any government. It is the God given rights. So, what you have is you have many groups that have been educating behind the scenes, you might want to say, to because many people did not know they existed, but they are there, and we are in the time now for all of these individual groups. Some of them have also had currencies in place, and it's time for all of these to converge together. And also with all your cryptocurrencies, it may be a great time to get all of these ones joined up. So we have within the Waken community, we have experts and professionals within all of your society. So very quickly, we have the professionals that are also awake with the higher consciousness that are able to steer and control everything, control it in a way that there is no chaos, that we control it in a way to keep chaos limited as we lift our brothers and sisters up as they awaken, and let them know everything is perfect, everything is great, and all of this had to happen so that we could awaken humanity and show them the truth of the darkness and let them know, hey, no, here's heaven. It's right here, right at your doorstep. And to get there, you just have to make this simple choice what you wish to support. The people in the free society and the abundance and happiness going forward, or do you wish to stay in this imploding governmental system where you work continuously and are enslaved? So it's a no-brainer choice, and even the smallest child would know what to choose in that. So it's that simple, the choice. So you're seeing this. And once they are aware that they have the choice, this is the biggest thing. The choice is simple, but once they know and are aware that so many have already made this choice, like a couple billion, then very quickly these other several billion just jump right on board. So even with your police, your military that were brainwashed, and even some of the politicians, this new thing by the people, the ones of the light, they will be a part of it because, again, it's a no brainer and it's what liberates humanity, and this is the ascension. Now, it's part of what we all came here to do, and it's divinely assured and it's ascertained. And what I have said before, December 21st is an important date. However, what I'm seeing, we are already, every day, it's getting better and better and better. And the expectation that it could have had for December 21st, it has already transpired. So, as far as I'm concerned, we are just way ahead of the game now, and we just keep going forward. Nothing stops what we're doing. Um, so, what I request is, all of you leaders that are out there on the front lines, get the information out to the people that it's not about the corona and the rights. Get it out there that we're actually got, the template is there for it, and we are transitioning into it. So, you don't need to spend all of your time fighting against governments about your rights when we can be spending the time to build this, and this just it goes to the wayside by itself. So you don't need to put the energy into it. We just get in place the creation and say, hey, come on over here with us, just let the people know that they have the other choice. And nothing stops us, the governments, nothing upon the surface. This is divinely ordained, and nothing stops it. And every one of you that's been on the front lines know this. We would not be here if anything could stop us. It's that simple. So don't waste time on having any fear that you can be stopped, because you cannot. Only Creator can stop this, and that she is not stopping this. I can guarantee you that. So keep on your course, keep doing what you're doing. However, substantially, where so many are awakening so quick, we need everyone on the front lines now, informing them of what's going on. So it's best to keep the focus on informing them about what's coming. And, there's some that are still, um, let's say, rescuing ones from the lower dramas, the lower timeline. So, they're doing their divine task as well, which everyone is doing. But it's important to keep in mind to let them know the future that is here at hand. They need to know they have this absolute hope, and it's not a false hope, and it's very simple to explain to them. Now, after what I'm feeling here, let's say, can I say? Yeah, the next 6 months is a huge transitional period, and what what is very possible is about in 6 months' time, we have all of the power and administration within the people's hands globally. That's how quick this could happen. And if you look at society, you may say, wow, how could that happen that quick? Well, it happens this quick because of the numbers here and because of the higher consciousness. So the higher consciousness has the most efficient plans to transition everything quickly, where the governments, they are the lower consciousness and they don't know how to do it and they don't have the tools to do it because it takes the higher consciousness and of course the heart and doing the good and the right things. So uh, that's why it goes forth. And anything that is against the divine plan, any resistance that is put up, it is set up that it would have a tenfold karmic deflection back upon itself and to take it out. And so that is a divine energetic mechanism as well to assure this. So very quickly things get done this way. So going forward, things with just do what you need to survive now. Have no fears over anything whatsoever, and just let's keep going forward, which we're doing. So, uh, for many of us, our mission is almost at an end, the important part of our mission. However, when it's done and, we have humanity up there, we may just all go and spend some time here, whatever souls have, in their contract with what they wanted to do. But also your soul contract, once we achieve this mission, can be changed. A lot of it or some of it just while you're consciously awake as well during your day. So, blah, have a look. Have a look at some comments. I believe I said everything. So 21st, 22nd, very important. Also, keep an eye in the skies on your ships. Keep the communication with them because we keep strengthening that as you go forward as well. Right on. So, any quick questions pertaining to the event that we are in the midst of, and it's a continuous transitional event? Um, Let me say at this point, yeah, it's still possible there'll be a solar flash. That's still a possibility. However, the solar flash was, let's say, if humanity did not awaken to the degree that they did so quickly, that a solar flash could have did it. However, what I'm told to give, it's still a possibility, but also we see the solar flashes that are constantly occurring, which is upgrading the consciousness and awakening many more. So if it took a solar flash to reset reality, that would and will occur because, again, this is imminent. Nothing stops it. So, okay, any questions? As I think if there's anything else I'd like to include in here. Yeah, Jupiter and Saturn, yeah, become the star of Bethlehem. Yeah, they appeared before Christ was born to, mark an era or yeah, to mark an era, and it's going to set it off again. And many of you in astrology, by reading the the constellations, the stars, the alignments, the way you do, it's also showing you with the new charts since 2012 that yeah, everything is showing what's occurring. A confirmation for you astrologers and ones that's interested in that as well. But not only the astrological aspects, also the prophecy. And, it's been given, and it is. It's the time that we're in. So, Jupiter and Saturn, the alignment, and that's it does create energetic values as with all alignments, and the eclipse of the 14th, the 12-12 portal. A lot of these things are so important because of the conscious belief in them, which actually energizes it and makes it a part of creation, a powerful energy, and it does influence, and it makes creation and adds to it. So conscious thought all combined together does create very efficiently and very fast as well. And it creates a very good momentum of energy. So, where so many believe in the 12-12 portal, but they are also good of heart, they are stronger co creators, and they do have an influence on reality as we're seeing. So, great. Conrad, hey, Chris, brother, good to see you. Thoughts on masks in North America, he asked. To not wear and instill fear, or to wear? But I say no at all of your opportunity. Do not wear them if you need to make the statement out there. However, it depends on an individual basis. Uh, don't wear them constantly. You may only need to wear them to go into a store or what have you, but each one uses their own discretion. I would suggest not to because you don't, but it becomes a matter of choice. And this is so important when you begin to speak about the vaccines and these sort of things. There cannot be any mandatory because it has to be a matter of choice. And if you really want to look into the actual laws, no one can actually make you wear a mask. Good comrade in Vancouver, Colleen, she told a lady she went into a natural food store she goes in, and she did not want to wear a mask, and she ended up telling, informing, and educating the ones in there that they had the power to not uh, need to wear the mask. So, what's happening, Richard? You say broadcast is a little bit. Is it good? Wayne, something about galactic spheres that may come. Um, I would say what we wish to do is we wish to get the co-creators all creating the one thing. We don't want to have so many different things out there, like someone's going to come to save us and all of this, because actually we are the co-creators. So when we get all the unity consciousness on track going forward, then we create, and we are actually our own saviors, if you wish to look at it that way. But it's more than that. We are divine, and and we're here to take humanity forward. So Don't get caught up too much in far fictional stories, or everything really is real in some dimension. However, you have the ability now to get aligned to at least create the next step, the ascension, and the new timeline. And the galactics are here. They're very real, but anything that's apocalyptic is not going to occur. And as I said, this is a divine mission. It's ascertained, and there's nothing whatsoever to be concerned about and to have no fear. Great. So, yeah, so Conrad says about the mask when he goes in without one, he senses the hatred he creates. Yeah. And that's very good because what you're doing, Conrad, is you're putting back upon them, and when they become hate, it lowers their vibration even more, but it assists with them awakening. The more dense that some of these have to go to see it, the quicker they will awaken. Because they'll, become just so dense with energy, they'll become sick, and at that, once they become so sick or so dense, they surrender, and when they surrender, that's when the good things begin to happen. But during surrendering, getting to the stage of surrender, the more negative they are, the more hateful they are, the more aggressive they are by someone not wearing masks, the more negativity they draw to their self. Now, because their energetic fields would be negated by the fear spectrum in this time, likes attract, but it happens with everyone because the overall frequency and vibration of Gaia is stronger than any time ever before. And because of this, each individual, whether they are awakened or not, they become the magnet for what they are to attract. And this is a part of the divine instrument as well to awaken them further. That they began to learn very quickly. So it's a very good instrument, ones where you walk in and with no mask on and everyone runs hiding. Well, when you energize them to the negative just by being an example, the issue is with them when they have the fear and they don't understand, but it sets off a lot of negative things for them until it gets unbearable, and they do wake up. So thank you for that. So the next 6 months, again with basic income things, I need to say this, like, there's been some foolish things out. I think the Pope and the banks were going to try to create a money system now, and there's some foolish things that are out there, but no, go for the ultimatum where everyone shares in the wealth with the unlimited monetary system. You don't need banks like they were. You don't. Anything with business can just in the blink of an eye, all of the businesses worldwide can be transitioned to being owned globally, and so we have everything to trans. I know that I could transition the whole planet to higher wealth, total abundance, with everything working efficiently in about 2 days. So that's how quick it can be done. Nothing stops. The economy doesn't stop. Uh, Nothing comes to a screaming halt. But I would say, it would be perhaps great once we got through this for many to relax. a bit, relax, for have a vacation from all of the drama that just occurred, and just relax and acclimatize to the new vibration that's created when all of humanity is free. So it's and it can be done very quickly. You can imagine once you put, let's say, 5,000 US into every man, woman's, and child's account instantly around the planet at once, you could see the liberty and what that would do. And everything else just falls in to place so quickly because you have overall good vibration everywhere. You got harmony, you got happiness, and very quickly the past is forgotten because there was so much excitement with the new, and you just cure instantly so many things. And yes, it can be done in a matter of days that we can do this. And all we need is the support, of the people. We have the consciousness ones or higher consciousness ones. They are in place. We need them to unite, get all interconnected to complete the framework that we go into here. And that's occurring. And if I need to be, I will be out speaking, or Fem and I both be out public speaking if we need to. However, what I'm feeling again, I believe that is not really required that I need to go out because we have so many heads all around the planet out there on the front lines speaking at demonstrations and what have you. They only need to carry the message of the hope and what to support, and that can be transferred very quickly to them. So, Nick Madelone, The Age of Aquarius, Return of Christ Consciousness. The return of Christ consciousness began in 2012 and just been more and more integrated as everyone awakened to come into their heart and awaken. This is the Christ consciousness. And it's what we're putting, into the rest to take forward. And there still could be a grand solar flash, yeah. And if it takes a signing and a sealing for all of humanity to see, it will be distributed in the skies for all to see, and uh, perhaps all to hear as well. Uh, Thank you, Neil. Yeah, Neil Devaney says we are not sticking around for the full flock to wake. It happens in waves, and it is shift time, shift change time, and this is correct. We're not sitting around waiting for them to wake. We are the ones. As I said, we're up here about 2 billion strong, so we just keep creating, and they awake up to it. When it's in their face everywhere as they begin to turn, uh, when they're out walking, and when it's in their face, then it just becomes a matter of a simple choice, and in a second a choice can be made. So it's important not to focus on awakening them. Now it's important to keep creating this new framework. That is the thing. Don't be distracted. Any of you that's working on the new framework for the new, don't be distracted by any of the lower timeline things, but you already know that, and I don't need to say it. Radar says people are getting tickets by the police for not wearing masks. Don't worry about any fines, any tickets. That's all attached to an old monetary system. You will never even go to court, and you don't have to pay it. And again, it is all illegal And the people have already established, Rada, in Canada that it is illegal for anyone to wear a mask and more. So people just need to know where they need to side with. And yeah, the governments have no power. Mariana Beale says it's not time for you, Rick. 5 to 7 years. I believe she's meaning maybe I'm going to stay on the surface for another 5, 7 years. I may. We'll see what occurs. But let me say what's occurring now. It's happening right now. It has already happened. So um, not a very long wait at all. Also, yeah, we're doing earlier today. Some of you may know Randall Kaiser, Billy Banker Boy, and of course Michael Whitefeather as well. We did a Zoom today, and that'll be recorded, and I'll be putting that out with some, let's say, introductory information, but also to inform ones how to begin to uh, detach from the old system any that's got temporarily, any that's got mortgages or credit card things in debt. It's an illusion, but there's some things just to assist those of you just awakening that's in great fear. You owe taxes, you think you owe debt, but we have some things to assist you very quickly, what you can say and use just to legally get out of the trickery, the contracts that you were tricked into, and very, with all what I can say with this, all debts and mortgages, where it was all based on deception, it actually makes them all fraudulent and null and void. But we'll show you some tricks, well, some truths, legal truths of how just to break and detach from the old system if you need to. But everything is going again, as I said, forward so quick with the people and the new judicial systems and all of this that anything debts is all an illusion. Anything belonging to this old system is imploding very quickly. This money, what the old system, see, when it's no longer supported by the majority of humanity, then it has no value and it goes out. And this is what's occurring. The people will make the currency that they are all owners of, and the governments and the banks that created it before, they must implode because the people are not supporting a limited financial system that involves taxes, debt, and all of this. We are going where it's free and abundant, and none of these looping things exist. So that's great. Janice says she tried to explain the concept of unlimited money for all, but those that she tells can't seem to wrap their head around it. Well, just to keep it again simple, Janice, you just tell them when enough of the people support the unlimited money, it's their freedom. So you can just keep it that simple. And it only takes the people standing together to support that. So it's great. Thank you. Yeah, with all of the digital financial system and the meeting we recorded today with Mike and Randall. And we'll be having another one. We'll be putting this information out. It explains how everything is already here in place. to quickly transition humanity. And again, all it takes is the awareness and education to humanity that they have a choice, and that choice it's that simple of a choice. It's made in the blink of an eye. Then their support is there. So this is how quickly that it occurs as well. Yeah, lots going on with. Yeah, thank you, Joseph Lamb, for bringing this up. So, the photonic light is coming in. Many of you are experiencing activations, vibrations in the body, aches and pains, irregular sleeping hours. This is all part of the ascension and the upgrading, because photonic light, when it touches your skin, it does do things. Just if we go to the simple orthodox medicine, they'll tell you vitamin D from the sun and vitamin C. So, where you accepted that from orthodox medicine, where the sun affects you in that way, it affects you in much higher ways when the photonic light is charged with something much higher. It begins to change your body to the crystalline. So it's not so difficult to perceive, nor accept. So yeah, good. Yeah, and as Joseph says, association with like-minded, hearted comrades, it is so beautiful, and we're so fortunate, Femka and I, to be here in Croatia again, because there are just so many powerful ones in their heart here, and we have beautiful company, and we meet with ones, I'd say pretty, not regularly, but quite often. We don't schedule usually anything with it. When it comes up, it's divinely orchestrated. We get together and have some chats and high vibe and whatever needs to be done, conscious talks and what have you. But it is all so beautiful, and we're so fortunate to be where we're at here right now. So Nick Madison, Madelone asked, what about the star seeds? Will all be activated? Yes, all will be activated. And see, the generations of humanity with all of these children, they were put here to take forth this new timeline. And, this is why these children are from the higher consciousness, that things like ADD, ADHD, whatever the old orthodox doctors would say that, oh, there's something wrong with them. And actually, no, there isn't. There is everything right with them, but the orthodox doctors and old medicine, they just don't understand it because their consciousness is not high enough to understand these children. And, very quickly they'll say they're sick, they need drugs and pills, and that only complicates things further for the children, because their bodies will reject it because it's against their evolution, their physical body evolution. So they all have their paths, and it's very beautiful what's occurring. So that looks good. So everyone, so with that, great. Thank you. Lots of winks, much love, and much kisses, and as Femke would say, much happiness, because truly we are in the most glorious times. And you might look out your door and think that it's bad, but actually, no, it's very good. This had to happen to wake up humanity, and it is perfect what is occurring. So keep with it. Love and light, and peace, and we'll speak soon and got some good stuff coming up for you. So take care and much gratitude and thank you.